What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I am reviewing a beer from the Harpoon Brewery, and they are out of both Boston, Massachusetts and Windsor, Vermont, and this is their Dunkin Coffee Porter. So this is a coffee porter that they are brewing with Dunkin Donuts coffee. I guess it's just Dunkin now. They removed the donuts part, right? It comes in at 6% alcohol by volume, 28 IBUs, and at the time of review, this beer is approximately 2 months old. So when they first announced this back in the summer, I was like, you know what, I'm going to give that a review when it comes out. And I figured it would show up, it'd be readily available, and sure enough it was. I actually picked this up as part of a mix sixer at a local Wegmans grocery store. I think it's $10.99 for the mix six-pack, so you're talking like $1.83 for a bottle of this. Yeah, I mean, it's worth it to try it once, right? So on the label here, they say, beloved Dunkin coffee brings robust, roasty notes to this balanced and smooth coffee porter. This porter is our tribute to all the days that Dunkin has helped us fire up the brew kettle. So obviously Dunkin, very popular, not only in Massachusetts, but you know, pretty much all across America. Most people know about them. And yeah, I just figured I'd give it a go. Here we are. Hopefully this is better than the last Harpoon beer I had, which was their Moose and Rocco. Did not enjoy that one whatsoever. So hoping for better things from this one. Crack it open, give it a pour, see what we got going on with the Dunkin Coffee Porter. Actually kind of craving a coffee porter, just a porter in general. I've been drinking a lot of IPAs lately, so this should hopefully hit the spot. So we'll see. Yeah, that's very nice looking. So that's pours out this nice, you know what? It's pretty much opaque black, like it, there's a, holding it to the light, nothing getting through. Yeah, opaque black, has about a finger and a half of a mocha colored head, looks very creamy. This, you know what? The appearance of this thing, dynamite. I can smell it. I just, again, I just did another review where, you know, the beer was like over here and I could smell it, kind of just like this one. I could smell it. Yeah, it actually smells pretty nice. You know, a couple months in the bottle, it's not super vibrant, like the nose. Definitely a nice, deep, dark roasted coffee to this one. Smells slightly acidic. More of a milk chocolate vibe to the base porter. Even like a little bit of vanilla. Yeah, deep dose. There's deep, dark roasted coffee. There's dark malt too, roasted malt. Some vanilla, some milk chocolate. It doesn't smell like super complex or anything, but what is there? I can't speak today, but I can never speak properly, so who cares? Anyway, what is in this glass right now smells pretty tasty, so I'm gonna give it a go. Cheers. Yeah, it's pretty good. Now, some people, Paul, I know you. Some people might call this a bit thin, but it is a 6% porter. I think the body's actually, like, it's like lighter side of medium body to straight up medium body. It's appropriate for the style. And I'm not going to knock it on the body because it is a porter. It's a 6% porter. We're not, you know, this is not a 12% imperial stout. I thought there was going to be more carbonation, but it has a lighter carbonation to it. Actually increases the mouthfeel to that, like, soft, slightly soft, more of a smooth mouthfeel. I mean, the carbonation is present, but it's present. It's, again, I can't speak today. Is present. I think there's carbonation. No, there's carbonation here. It just isn't. It's just not very spritzy. Okay, it's not effervescent. It's just more of just like a softer carbonation. Why do I spend so much time on body and mouthfeels of beers? Fuck me. The flavor though is pretty tasty. There's more of a milk chocolate component to this one. It's not as bitter as I anticipated. I thought this would be, you know, maybe a bit more bitterness to the overall profile of the beer. I'm not saying it's sweet. I'm just saying I thought it would be a bit more bitter. It actually has a nice balance to it. But right up front, milk chocolate, a bit of that vanilla I was getting in the nose. Don't know where that's coming from. Could be the malt, could be the coffee. But yeah, milk chocolate, vanilla, as it passes through the palate, that coffee kind of hits you mid-palate. It has a nice, deeply roasted, slightly acidic feel to it. As it finishes, dries out the palate. I'd say it's semi-dry to full-on dry. Like I said, not overly bitter, but it keeps me going back for more. Keep on drinking it, obviously, so I guess it's doing its job. It's a well-constructed, nicely made coffee porter. I actually like this a lot more than I thought I would. Now listen, if you are a super craft beer nerd that drinks, you know, the craziest coffee, stouts and porters and barrel aged this and that, I hope you would be able to appreciate this one. I'm not saying this is going to blow anyone away, but at the same time, I think this is a well-made beer. I think this is a well-made coffee porter. I do think that maybe a bit fresher. I'd get maybe a bit more of like a bold coffee present. I can't say present or presence. I can't do either or, so I'm just going to stop. Okay, I'm just going to stop. Done. But anyway, I think this is just a well-made beer. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this. Some people might drink this and be underwhelmed. Some people might drink this and just think it's the best thing ever. For me, I'm somewhere in between. I think this is well-made. I think this is tasty. I'll have no problem finishing the rest of this. You know what? If I see this, like, let's say it's laying around in the next month or so and I see this on sale or something, I might pick up a 6-pack of it. I might pick up a couple more bottles just for an easy drinking 6% coffee porter. And there's nothing wrong with it. So Dunkin Coffee Porter from Harpoon. I'm going to actually give this a 4 out of 5. I think I'm enjoying this way more than I anticipated, and I've got to be honest. I think this is a good beer. I don't think there's no faults with it, and it's kind of winning me over as I keep on drinking it, as I keep on thinking about it. It's just a well-made beer. So yeah, 4 out of 5 for the Dunkin Coffee Porter from Harpoon. I think it's a fair score. I think it's pretty good. If you've had this, let me know what you think about it. I think it's good, and we're going to end it there. So appreciate you guys stopping by. To the next one, cheers.